D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I'm coming at you with this story because I was going to do it for my Sunday story, but with that one I got all DC stories and everything. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do this one for another day. And so this is quite exciting. This comes from the Hollywood Reporter. It has to do with Henry Cavill, our favorite Superman. I mean, maybe not everybody's favorite Superman, but you know what I meant. Anyways, so it says Henry Cavill's next play, Warhammer 4000 series for Amazon. Now, real quick, if you don't know anything about this, so he was on this interview with Graham Norton, I believe is his name, and he was talking about Warhammer and how he plays Warhammer. And Warhammer is this like miniature game, and it has dice and everything. It's very cool. I don't play it personally, not because I don't want to, because it can get very expensive, these games. But I love the, like, because it's kind of like, how when you have D&D and you have your figures and you paint them and everything. I love it. But what are you going to do? Okay, so it says the streaming giant is in the process of closing the rights to the miniature war game. And I think this all sounds very awesome. So it says Henry Cavill may not be donning a red cape, but he does have a cool new gig. The actor, who Wednesday officially hung up his Man of Steel cape after Warner Brothers announced it is going a new Superman direction, thanks to DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran. Sad, by the way. It's a bummer, but what are you going to do? Onward and forward, or whatever, that whole onward and upward. Anyways, is attached to a star in an executive produced and series adaptation of Warhammer 4000, the popular science fiction fantasy miniature war game that is set up at Amazon. Now, so far this sounds good, but I have reservations, and I'll tell you why. Just give me 2 seconds. Amazon has secured the rights to the game produced by Games Workshop after months of negotiations and fending off rival companies that also sought the rights. This is an envisioned as a potential film and TV play, which I'm all for either one of those. If they do this as a movie or as a TV show, I'm all for it. I think a TV show might work better, but if they're not willing to put the money in, it might not do well. They should take the money that they use for Rings of Power and put it into this show, because that show sucks. Anyways, okay. No writers or showrunners are attached. Vertigo Entertainment's Roy Lee and Natalie Viscuso teamed with Cavill to secure the rights and deliver it to Amazon. Vertigo will executive produce with Cavill and GAW's Andy Smiley and Max Botterill, along with Amazon Studios. All right, let me read these quotes and everything. Yeah, it's great news, and we're absolutely thrilled. We're working with a fantastic Triumvirate and Henry. I don't Triumvirate. I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry, you guys. Maybe I'm illiterate, but I don't know how to say that word. In Henry, Vertigo and Amazon. Henry's well-known love of Warhammer 4000 and his passion as a world builder and storyteller will serve us all well in the coming years. Finally, Warhammer will make it to the screen as the fans have hoped and as they deserve. Exciting times, and said Andy Smiley, creative director at GAW. Now, I just want to say real quick before we get into a little bit more of this is I think this is great because Henry Cavill is a fan of Warhammer. And I think that when he comes to a project, he brings his fandom with him. For instance, with The Witcher, he was, constantly pulling out the books, and The Witcher creative staff, they were obviously not fans of the books. They've come out saying that they mocked it, the source material. And I think that if you're not a fan of source material, then why are you even doing it? What's the point? And for instance, they wanted to make when Geralt's horse dies in season 2, the showrunner, she wanted to make a joke, or the head writer, she wanted to make a joke of it, and he was like, no, this is a very touching moment, we shouldn't joke about it, we should be serious, we should take this serious, this is his friend, this is his companion. And I think that that's really great that Henry Cavill wants to take source material and be as true as it possibly can and also adding a little bit more of artistic expression, but still be true to the source material. And I think that with Warhammer, I think that he's going to bring that to this project, because I don't think he's a purist per se, but I think he does want to be respectful to a source material that I think that fans also want him to be respectful to source material. Now, getting into that, I said artistic expression. It does sound like these people want to take this project and add their own flair, say a Rings of Power or a Wheel of Time, or maybe even go in the direction of Halo. And I go, please don't, please don't. You know, I think Henry Cavill has a good head on his shoulders in terms of fandom, and I think that if you mess with that, you're going to have a flop on your hand like you did Rings of Power. And don't tell me that Rings of Power wasn't a flop. I'm sorry, you guys. Barely. It should have what they spent on that show. It should have been #1 every week, and it wasn't. So get out of my face with that nonsense. I don't want to hear it. Oh, well, you can argue with me, but I'm not gonna bother with you. You're not going to change my mind. So what's the point? So it says, Warhammer is akin to a Dungeons and Dragons. Dice are involved in the playing, but also features intricate miniatures that players can place and move around a model constructed battlefield or world. Games Workshops in the 1980s made miniatures for D&D and launched the game in 1987. It has grown to become the most popular miniature war game in the world and spawned many emanators. Anyways, the game's setting is 4,000 years into the future, where things are dark indeed. Human civilization has stopped progressing and is in an unended war with aliens and magical beings, with gods and demons featuring into a theological class system. The humans make up the Imperium of Man, who are militaristic. A race of skeleton-like androids are known as the Necron. This sounds already good to me. Anyways, I don't know I'm very much about Warhammer because I don't play that game, but from what I'm reading right here, I'm already into it. Anyways, there is an elvish race known as the Eldari, as well as orcs, Tyrids are nasty aliens, and the Teu is a blue-skinned alien race that may offer some hope. Sorry if I messed up any of those names. Don't get mad at me. I'm not, I have respect for the source material. I just don't know how to pronounce a lot of stuff. I'm illiterate. Cavill is known to be a Warhammer fan. Yes, he is. And pings figures because the project is in such early stages. To reiterate, Amazon has yet to close the deal. This is not the next gig for Cavill, who recently announced he was exiting his role in Netflix's The Witcher, which I personally thought he was going to do season 3. It sounds like he's not doing season 3 of The Witcher. I thought he was going to exit after season 3, but no, he's not even going to be in season 3, which really bums me out. I was like, man, now I don't even know if I'm going to watch season 3 because, what's the point? I mean, Liam Hemsworth, I have nothing against him, but talk about the Wish version of Geralt. You know what I'm saying? That's mean. I don't mean to be mean to him. I'm sorry. But it is an ambitious move for Amazon and could deliver a show that is epic in scale as it combines the big genre elements of sci-fi and fantasy, as well as a host of human and non-human characters. I have loved Warhammer since I was a boy, making this moment truly special for me. The opportunity to shepherd this cinematic universe from its inception, is quite the honor and the responsibility, said Cavill. I couldn't be more grateful for all the hard work put in by Vertigo, Amazon Studios, and Games Workshop to make this happen. One step closer to making a nigh or lifelong dream come true. And I think it's great. I love that he's a fan of it. I love that he plays Warhammer. I love all that stuff. It's really great. I also think that when it comes to this, I really hope that it comes to fruition, because I think that he's like I said before, he's such a good fan, such a huge fan of this stuff, that I think it would be great for him and for fans, as long as they don't mess it up and they add their identity politics. I think they should stay true to the source material, which this Warhammer stuff sounds great to me. I think that I personally love the mixture of magic and machines kind of combating each other, and that whole thing just sounds really great to me. Plus you add in like elves and stuff and orcs, so good. I think it's really great, and I think it sounds great. Yeah, all of this sounds good. I really hope that Amazon pulls through with this and does accept the deal, and they are able to pull in a budget that will stay true and then also really amplify the visuals of this, because I think it sounds like it could be really, really good if they just put in the time, the work, the effort, and the money, the budget to really just showcase this show. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you with this article and this story. Again, I think this is a plus for Henry Cavill's career and for fandom in general, and maybe even Amazon. Amazon to me has been really letting us down lately in terms of fan stuff like Rings of Power and Wheel of Time. And so I really hope that they can pull this together and really, make me let me have faith in their science fiction and fantasy stuff. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys think about all of this. How do you feel about it? Are you pro this Warhammer 4000 show with Henry Cavill leading the charge? Or do you think this may be another misstep on Amazon's part? Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.